Slopes of perpendicular lines. Now, if we remember what it means to be perpendicular, remember that they form a 90-degree angle at their intersection. This means that the slopes are negative reciprocals of each other. Or in other words, when multiplied together, they equal -1. So for example, if we had the slope of a positive 1/3 and a -3, multiply the two together, we get -3/3 or -1. Another example would be -2/5, positive 5/2. Multiply the two together, we get -10/10 or -1. So these pairs are negative reciprocals of each other. So for a line to be perpendicular to another line, they have to have a slope that is a negative reciprocal of the other line it is perpendicular to. So, for example, if we were given the line y equals 2/7 x minus 1, to make a perpendicular line to it, we at least know it has to have a slope, because this is a 2/7 for the original line, of -7/2 x. Now the intercept, it doesn't matter what it is. To make a perpendicular line, all it has to have is this negative reciprocal for a slope. So we can pick anything for this b. We could pick +3. And these two lines would be have negative reciprocal slopes and be perpendicular to each other. Another example of this would be if we had y equals 1/2 x plus 1. A perpendicular line to it would be y equals, well, slope of 1/2, so we flip it. We get 2/1, or just 2, and negative, since it was positive. X. Pick an intercept for it. This intercept, we will go -1. Let's graph these two to show what it would look like on a graph. So, if we were looking at our xy coordinate, graphing the first one, we would get an intercept of 1. So we go up 1 on the y-axis, put a point. Slope of 1/2 means we go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, and we end up with a line that looks like this. Now to graph the line perpendicular to it, the second line, start down at -1, go down 2/1, down 2/1, we end up with a line like this. And these two lines form a 90-degree angle and are perpendicular to each other.